Ron DeSantis has made some mistakes in the past. Just his, I don't know, hanging out with 17-year-olds and buying them booze in Florida when you're their teacher. That could be one. Two, passing a bunch of anti-gay laws in your state and calling it, I don't know, protecting children. But this one really stands out. Over the weekend, DeSantis was trolled to his face by this very sweet woman who handed him a beautiful snowflake to hold. And yet, if you zoom in on said snowflake, it says fascist. That's right. He got owned by Crafts, which I love. This just a doily, being owned by a doily is beautiful. And I love this woman. We don't really know who this woman is, but this is from Iowa Captive, a midlife misfit on Twitter says, my friend makes snowflakes to give to politicians who come to Iowa, and there are special messages for odious Republicans. Please look at the snowflake carefully. So this, I guess, friend of this woman in Iowa. Again, this was in Iowa, I apologize. Of course, that is where many candidates for president announce their candidacy. So he was visiting Iowa, introducing himself to audiences of Republicans ahead of his 2024 bid, which he hasn't announced yet. But let's look at Iowa Republicans. Support for Trump among Iowa Republicans. This is June 2021 versus March 2023. It's gone down from 69% to 47%. Maybe DeSantis, despite holding the doily, is coming up on him. Let's go to this Des Moines Register. Donald Trump, former US president and candidate for Republican presidential nominee, his share versus Ron DeSantis is pretty neck and neck. So then we have Mike Pence is the third pie chart there, and number 4 is Nikki Haley. So there we have it. This is in Iowa. DeSantis 42, Trump 44%. I don't know.
Say a couple things about the snowflake. I want to go back to that really quick.
Please go back.
So if you see a cat face, she's here, she's ready to make her debut. So apologies in advance for people who don't want to see a cat while I'm talking. Okay, so here's the thing about Ron DeSantis. That snowflake, to me, it obviously says fascists on it. I don't know if I'm just like, I look for words and things, but like that was the first thing I saw. So I don't know like how Kim Reynolds, Ron DeSantis, other politicians who were handed the fascist snowflake didn't spot that right away. It seems very obvious. Also, in a state where their public university's mascot is the Hawkeyes, that doesn't play very well. Second of all, Ron DeSantis has lost a bunch of weight recently. And there's many reasons to speculate as to how or why. My personal favorite theory is Ozempic, the diabetes drug that is prescribed off-label to actresses to help them lose weight. But for whatever reason, it is an odd choice for a politician as his national star is rising to make himself sort of unrecognizable compared to how he used to look. I'm not sure that that's the right choice if he's trying to make an impression on people, especially at this phase in the possible 2024 election season, which, by the way, it's barely 2023. We're not even done with Q1 of 2023, right? I feel like I just need to get, I can't, no, I'm not thinking about
too early.
There's too many things that are gonna happen. There's too many things that are gonna change. Ron DeSantis could continue to evolve into a single vertical line and be totally unrecognizable. There could be more fascist snowflakes hanging out, whatever. There's so many things up in the air. I am kind of over Iowa's outsized influence on primary politics though. Especially because it's a state, if you take a look at it, like its population demographics, like everyone young and educated is leaving that state. It is like increasingly old, undereducated and conservative. And so it presents this almost like CPAC-like distortion.
Totally.
Yeah, so it's whatever. This is a deeply irritating story from many angles, but it's still important.
Yeah. No, look, the Meatball Ron comments got to him. So yes, he's going to continue to just dissolve into a vertical line, as you said. I love that. And also this restored my faith that not everyone cool is leaving Iowa. And that woman for sure is one of them. She's holding the snowflake. And look, honestly, right wingers, they're such like thirsty grifters that they will take a photo with anyone who pretends to be their fans. All right, Janine Pirro took a photo with me because I said I was a fan, and then I put I should have put like little bunny ears or done something, but I put devil horns on her in post. It was fine. I got my photo.
Well, there's a journalist who goes out there and like pretends to be, she's like a pretty white lady and she goes out and pretends to be like a super right-wing MAGA person. I think her name's Lauren Windsor. And she just gets them to say the wildest stuff to her just by being like, hey, it's me wearing a red hat.
Hi, blue eyes, red hat.
Exactly, asking
blonde.
A truly wild question and getting an answer, like truly wild answers. So I think you're onto something, Francesca. You pretend you're a fan, they'll pretty much take a picture with anything and tell you anything, as long as you're like, I like you, tell me stuff. I think
I have another family in a different state. Anyway, you take care.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.